Hey everybody and welcome back. Today we are bringing you the IZSIT AI film forecast for 2025. We're going to go through who are all the major players, including our competitors, who's investing in the space, how many creators there are, where are the creators coming from, what are the potential earnings for every single creator. The sheer number of AI filmmakers is exploding, and this is having a massive impact on the network effect. Not only that, with so many people creating films right now, it's just blowing the lid right off of the creativity when it comes to storytelling. So stick around as we bring you all of our analytics, insights, and research for the AI film industry this 2025. So let's start off with some headline figures over here and then we'll break it down. Basically at IZSIT, we're expecting there to be 20 to 25,000 film studios. We're expecting people to be working in teams of 5 to 10. That means there's going to be 100 to 250,000 creators. Here we're just talking about the cream of the crop, like the top 1.5%. A studio will make 250K per year. Some will make more, some will make less, depending on how engaging their films are. We're going to break all that down, so let's get into it. Cool, so let's start off with a little bit of background over here. Back in 2023, there was about $1 billion invested into the visual media AI space, over 100 companies. So probably the numbers for last year were somewhere in the order of $2 billion in 2024 across 200 companies, just specifically in the visual media AI startups that's related to AI film. So let's think about why investors see such a great application of these AI visual tools in AI filmmaking. So one thing that's very, very clear is that the use of AI is bringing down the cost of production for filmmaking in an extraordinary way. And now basically people can circumvent those barriers of entry to making film because the cost and the need for resources is so much lower than before. And that's what's leading to so many creators being attracted to the space. So just in 2024, it was estimated that about 100,000 to 500,000 people globally were experimenting with AI tools for film and video creation. And probably by 2030, so in 5 years time from now, there's going to be between 10 million to 30 million people actively involved in making films or doing videos, at least as either like part-time or as a professional or just as an enthusiast. So the growth is going to be something like 25 to 30% per year compounded of the number of people that are being attracted into video creation and film creation using AI. But let's say the top 1 to 5% of all of these creators are definitely, the kinds of ones that we will be talking to, So that means that we're talking about like 100,000 to 1.5 million creators that will be highly skilled, like expert level skilled at AI prompting and AI filmmaking. So at this point, you'll be wondering, where are all these millions of people coming from? Well, we've actually got quite a lot of data from that because we actually get a lot of inbound creators coming to us and speaking to us. So globally, the number of people who identify themselves as content creators, there's 162 million people who identify as content creators. It's a huge number, right? Professional content creators, so these are actually people who are making an income and declaring those kinds of incomes. That's over 45 million people who actually make money off of content creation, right? On YouTube, the number of creator accounts, that's actually 63 or 64 million creator accounts. But now, of course, not all of them are like professionals and stuff like that. So we just looked at specifically the number of content creators in the United States that have 10 to 50 or to over 10,000 followers basically. And it's something like, it's over 300,000 accounts that have got like a lot of followers. And that's just in the United States. Now, something that I think is actually gonna really surprise you is that we don't find a lot of people coming to us actually from the film industry itself. Now, you may be wondering why that is. And actually, there's an astonishing reason for this. It's basically because the film industry employs so few people. This was a real surprise to me. I thought that there would have been a lot of people working in the film industry, especially in the United States, But actually, just in the United States, it's less than 500,000 people that work in the film industry. And this includes actors, like audio-visual people, the cashiers at the cinemas, motion picture projectionists, all the producers and directors, everybody. But we still do, though, of course. We get a lot of screenwriters, a lot of producers and directors who are experimenting and using AI now. What we get more is actually like independent filmmakers. So ones who haven't actually been able to break into the film industry, they're coming to us and working with us quite a bit as well. I think another couple of areas where we attract a lot of attention are from graphic designers, similar to like YouTubers who we mentioned earlier on. YouTubers, obviously, they're used to editing videos, they're used to creating a narrative and attracting attention and stuff like that. So special effects artists, animators, and then another area where we get some people is from video game software developers. So all of these areas are very, very strong, right? But the majority are just people who are very creative, and they're stepping into the space and they're like, you know what, I'm very creative, I can make a movie, I have the power now to do it because of AI tools. So let me get involved. I can create a story, I can now create the visuals, I can edit it, put it all together, and let's go ahead and let's do that. That's very much the kinds of people that we're seeing coming to IZSIT at the moment. Cool. So you may be wondering, why are all the traditional streaming platforms not jumping on this opportunity and like picking up all the talent from all of these new creators that are entering into the space? And well, basically, there's a simple answer, which is all about the Writers Guild, which was the screenwriters strike that occurred back in 2023. As soon as AI started coming along and people started using AI to help write movies and stuff like that, the screenwriters went on strike to basically prevent people from using 100% AI in the filmmaking process. So AI is allowed to be used as part of the workflow in the production of film, basically blocking a lot of people from entering into the space and creating movies. So where does that leave these creators? The only real outlet that they have is actually YouTube. But as I'm going to show you right now, so come along with me, I'm actually going to share my screen. So this is just my private YouTube page. As you can see, just a bit of news, all-in-one podcast. Shout out to you guys. The Door Brothers, very, very funny AI guys. Here's also, I watch a lot of AI content, so I get some recommendations, right? So I can't really find any AI films over here, even though I spend quite a lot of time watching AI films on my private account. So I have to go up to the top here and I have to type in AI movies. You can see I actually put it in recently as well. So if I hit that, then essentially I'm getting, as a user experience right now, I'm just getting a list of AI films. So, this is The Scientist Creates 8 Billion. I think this is a movie. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it. It could be a movie, actually. So that could be a movie. This looks like a movie. It's a 1 minute and 52 second one. This is, about AI tools. So this is more of an educational thing. So as like a user experience, you can see here that while I've typed in AI movies and I'm looking for AI movies on YouTube, I'm not exactly finding it very easy to find something that I like. Why is that? It's not broken down. It's not designed for film watching, what I want to see is categorization, so that I might be looking for a drama movie or a comedy movie, not just a list of movies. And actually, look, I've watched this before, so it's not like recommending me stuff that I actually want to watch. It's just showing me what it thinks is what I want to watch perhaps again or something like that. But it's not showing me, breaking it down in category. It's not breaking it down in theme. It's not breaking it down by genre. And it's making it very difficult for me to find what I'm looking for. And this is really the problem that the creators have, is like, how do they get their films in front of an audience on a platform that is actually made for it, so that it's broken down by all these categories. And also, so if I was looking for a like a series over here, I wouldn't be able to click on the series and look at all the episodes. I can only click on one episode at a time, and then how do I find the next episode? It needs to be recommended to me, or I have to type it in and search it. So this entire a user experience is just not gonna work for filmmaking. So now that we've really crystallized why it is that IZSIT exists, let's take a look at what the potential is, the market potential is for all of you AI filmmakers out there by looking at some of the existing numbers from the traditional film industry. So 5 to 10 major film and series franchises emerge globally. That's franchises that make over 100 million in revenue per year. All right. Approximately 300 to 400 franchises generate over 100 million annually. All right. And 25 to 30 franchises generate 1 billion annually. Right. So these are annual numbers. And the amount that make over 10 billion in total lifetime revenue, there's only about 20 to 25 franchises. So franchise models are awesome. We would love to build franchises. In the United States, annually there are 600 to 800 films that are released. This includes big budget and indie productions. And series, there are 400 to 500 shows that are aired annually across all traditional networks, streaming network, and cable as well. So that's something like 1,000 to 1,300 film and TV shows that are released annually. So typical revenue ranges for films on like streaming platforms such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of these other ones, Disney and the likes, range essentially between 10 million and 50 million. So that's per film or series. So just to give you an idea as to how many releases IZSIT expects to make every single year from 20,000 studios, we expect there to be 5 to 10 films produced per studio. So that means that we're talking about something like 100,000 films that IZSIT will be releasing on an annual basis every single year. That number is huge. So can you imagine all of the little niches that people will be writing movies about or creating movies about and stuff like that? It's just going to be incredible. Like the level of creativity is just going to be so much better than it's ever been before. So this is a very, very exciting time. Hundreds of thousands of films being released every single year from expert filmmakers. Don't forget. We expect revenues anywhere between 5,000 and 500,000, but obviously some creators are going to be making way more than that. And here we're talking about per film. Obviously each studio or creator can make more than one film per year, but we're looking at revenues ranging from like 5,000 to 500,000, depending on the engagement level from our audience, and we're looking at our revenue numbers, looking at how we generate revenue, and then thinking about how the amount that we are sharing with we have got very high sharing numbers for creators who own their own content, but we're also looking at investing our capital into intellectual property, which we think is going to be very, very valuable. So don't forget that. Alrighty, so to wrap up real quick, let's talk about some numbers about the audience. So we're mostly focusing on North America and Europe as our markets. That's about 1 billion people actually, of which about 500 million are actually watching streaming content on TV and on their mobile and stuff like that. So that's actually our real market, like 500 million people. That's what we're looking at. But to get all of to get all those people to watch AI films is going to be really, really difficult, and it's going to take some time. So there's like a typical adoption curve for people that adapt to new technologies that are releases. 2.5% of a population or a market will adopt new technologies within the first couple of months, while it takes 1 or 2 years for the next early adopters to adopt new technologies such as AI movies, and then from there on you get kind of mass adoption occurring over the next 2 to 5 years after launch. The main reasons why people actually come and watch movies are because of movie quality. So we always try to emphasize to our our creators, that they should try to make films that are as engaging as possible. So building storylines, building a narrative, creating an emotional connection with the characters. These are the things that really get people to watch films. It's not necessarily the visual quality that actually ranks second when it comes to why people watch films. You think about series like South Park, where the audio-visual quality is not very good, but because of the storylines being so good, people are very engaged and they always want to watch. And whenever there's a new season coming out, people are always following it. The next thing that people really care about is like the cost. People like watching actually at home over cinemas. It's quite interesting. And then of course, how can we engage with social media? Then there are some like fragmentations of the market. So this will be, I think that there will be streaming platforms that could focus on each of these areas just in the AI space, because the markets are so big. Very cool. So let's try to summarize really quickly everything that we spoke about today. So we're looking at 20 to 25,000 small studios working, on AI films, with teams of 5 to 10 creators, generating 250K annually per studio through the IZSIT platform, right? Amount of films that are going to be created, 100,000 every single year. Huge number. We're going to be able to touch on so many different niches through that. There's huge investment going into the space, 56 billion into generative AI. It's like 2 billion last year approximately going into visual AI, generative AI visuals. That's also with the film. So like the applications of that are obviously in the film industry or AI film industry, which we're doing. We're expecting there to be like top class creators in the world, like 100,000 of you to 1.5 million that can do that over the next 5 years. So we're super keen to be working with all of you. Unfortunately, the streaming platforms are kind of hindered from working with full AI because of the strike that occurred. So a lot of creators are using YouTube, but as I showed you, YouTube is not exactly immersive enough, or doesn't have all the features that are required for real filmmaking and for series making, for series watching, I should say. So for the audience, it's very hard for them to find AI films at the moment. So that's why it's necessary to have a platform such as IZSIT. The market can be fragmented into different sections. So from age categories to geographies, there's many different areas that different players in the game can focus on right now. IZSIT is the first platform to be on all the app stores and available. Next week, we're going to have some awesome content for you. We're on the app stores this week, but next week we'll have all the content for you to start watching. We're expecting a lot of people, a lot of traffic to come through. And in conclusion, this is a super fast growing space. We're super keen to work with all of you creators. So come on board, send us your videos, and we'll check them out and we'll put them up onto the platform if we like them. And we look forward to working with all of you creators, supporting you all the way through, and building the future of film entertainment, right? Awesome, guys. Have a good 2025. Look forward to everything to come.